Hello friends, how are you? Hope you completed this chapter, that is ray optics and optical instrument. Fine, ray optics and optical instrument, a very important chapter for your NEET medical entrance exam. So after completing the chapter, what we decided that we should try to give you something different. So just for that reason, we started preparing various questions, answers and their solutions, just to give you a feel in which concept you are strong and in which concept you need some sort of brush up, or you can say a revision. So what we planned that we will keep on coming out with different videos, fine, and so that we can enhance your knowledge and understanding of the concepts. What I will do in this particular video, one by one I will explain you questions and the solution of those questions. For NEET exam, the most important aspect is questions are simple in physics, but they require some sort of thinking, sometimes even just one word and you can get the answer. But problem is, you should read the question with focus and then try to understand what has been asked. Fine. So let's try to move ahead. Here comes your first beautiful question. Normally in medical entrance exams, sometimes they love to write down long questions. You need not to lose your heart. Reason being, the question is simple. All these questions are simple one. Fine. So let's try to understand the questions. A thin concave convex. Just give me a second's time. This type of lens, fine, concave convex. I think I should use a different color chalk, let's say this blue color chalk, so that it will give you the clarity. Fine. So this white surface is concave, blue surface is convex. Two surfaces obviously of radius r and 2r. It means this inner radius is smaller, outer radius is bigger. It is also, up to some extent visible from this diagram. Material of the lens has a refractive index mu, that is, this is mu. When kept in air, the focal length of the lens is how much? Question is simple, but what they did, they combined two lenses, fine, like this fashion, and then you have to find the refractive index. For simple one lens, refractive index is 1 upon f is equal to mu minus 1 within bracket 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. Problem is, you have to use the same formula but twice. Fine. So after giving you the clarity of this problem and a just symbolic diagram, what I'll do, I'll give you the explanation of this particular problem. So allow me to erase out this portion. I hope the concept and diagram is clear, and this entire space I will use because question is now mentioned. So this much portion I am going to use. Students, as per the diagram, we have to move from left to right, then right to left as per the requirement. Okay. So let's try to analyze systematically one by one. From left to right. Fine. Left to right means, once again, this way. So from left to right, 1 upon f L1, nothing different, focal length of first lens, that's it. 1 upon f L1 is equal to mu minus 1, same formula, within bracket 1 upon minus r1, fine. So rather than r1, I am finally putting the values minus 1 upon minus 2r. The only magic in ray optics is in visualization. Once you visualize the problem, you can perform the magic. Fine. So 1 upon FL1 is equal to mu minus 1 and then 1 upon minus R1 minus 1 upon minus 2R. Ultimately, let us use this different color chalk to show you 1 upon FL1 fine is equal to minus mu minus 1. Using same color is sometimes going to be monotonous. That is why it is better to use different colors upon 2R. Okay, so let us close this yellow relation in a yellow box. No problem. Fine. Now what I will do, I would like to suggest all of you, at the same space I want to explain you from right to left. Fine. So just change few terms from right to left. Okay. Obviously formula is going to be same, this type of result. Fine. So obviously directly now you can allow me to write down certain terms. Fine. Therefore this time 1 upon FL, sorry, it should be in suffix, 1 upon FL2 is equal to, ultimately because I explained the formula, so what I will do, I will use the final result directly, that is minus mu minus 1 upon 2r. Fine. So 1 upon FL1 is equal to 1 upon FL2, that is minus 2r upon mu minus 1. Now let us start checking the options. Okay, one thing is crystal clear from this solution, that 1 upon FL1 and 1 upon FL2 both are same. Fine, let us try to analyze the options. The focal length depend on the direction from which light is incident on it. No. That is why I mentioned white color left to right, yellow color right to left. Both way it is going to be same. So is it depend upon the direction? Not at all. Come on to the second option. Will be the not same, will not be same irrespective of the direction, but here it is same. So this B option is also not correct. Fine. Will be equal to R upon mu minus 1. No, 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 not R, not only R, because this 2 is here. So ultimately best option is sigma R upon mu minus 1. Sigma means 2 lenses, 3 lenses and so on. So accordingly the correct option is D. Now the question is not difficult, formula is not difficult, the approach is slightly different. And if you don't like this term FL2, you can simply write it F1, F2, no problem on that part. Fine. So let us move ahead for this problem and let us try to move towards a new beautiful set of problems. Fine. And during the solution of the problem, always try to focus, read, think and draw the diagram if possible, if you are in a position to visualize on rough. That is at most important. So here comes next problem, that is a person's eye is at a height of 1.5 meter. okay, 1.5 meter. Let's say I am not as much taller, but let's say that person is very tall one, fine, 7 feet or so. I am very small height person. He stands in front of a 0.3 meter long plane mirror, okay, like this, and the plane mirror is in front of me, which is 0.8 meter above the ground. But the plane mirror is not exactly on the ground, but up to some extent above the ground. The length of the image he sees of himself. Fine. So, the height of the person is 1.5. So, how much is the length of his own image he will find? Question is simple. Fine. Let us try to find the solution of this problem. Let us try to draw the diagram. Fine. This is 1.5. This entire height is 1.5 meter. Fine, as it is mentioned, 1.5 m. Then 0.8 meter and then your length is there. Okay, so 0.8 meter. Fine. And from here you have a lens, yellow color. Blue is nothing, wall, blue color wall. This is 0.3 meter. Fine. Now, your problem is to find the height of the image. He will see. So, 2 into height, class 10th basic concept. Fine. 2 into height of mirror. That is the height of the image. The person will, that will give you, this implies that 2 into 0.3 yellow color is equal to 0.6 meter. Correct answer is D. So, he will find his own image as 0.6 meters rather than of 1.5. Okay? Anyway, not a difficult question. It's just you can say mixing of a simple concept with a slightly twisted approach. That's it. Now, let's move on to the next problem. That is in this particular question. So, there is some technical issue, the question is not changing. Let me try it again. Here comes the question. Sorry for that technical disturbance. In the figure given below, there are two convex lenses L1 and L2. Fine, L1 and L2 having focal length f1 and f2 respectively. The distance between L1 and L2 is how much? In first hand, it looks such a difficult question. You have to draw some ray diagrams, find out something and so on. Okay, no problem. Let's take a look. Let's say, just take a look of this diagram. I am going to move out from the diagram. It is L1, it is L2. It is F1, it is F2. Students, if you just take a close look of this diagram, from where the ray is coming and from where the ray is passing and at which point the ray is approaching. Just take a look. This question is very simple, one line answer, but it will check all your concepts of image formation using a lens. at what point the rays are going and then at what point they are going to meet. Fine. So, if I am saying in this particular problem that this distance is nothing but f1, this distance is nothing but f2. Why? Because ray parallel to the principal axis passing through at which point? First focus. From here it is passing, then again it is going to be its first focus. So, the correct answer is nothing but C, f1 plus f2. But this problem, solution is of one line. The problem is bound. It is provided in this particular question set just to check whether you have the clarity of the image formation using a lens or not. If the concept is clear, in 10 seconds you can answer this question. 10 seconds, 4 marks. And if the concept is not clear, you love to apply lot of formulae, calculation, this, that and what not. Even they provided the ray diagram in the problem itself. You have to just take a closer look. Okay, this is the depiction of the ray, that's it. Fine. So, these type of questions, if you have the conceptual clarity, a benefit of 4 plus 4 plus 4 and so on. But if you do not have the conceptual clarity, -1, -1. So, please students, do not do this mistake. Try to be comfortable with your basics in physics at least. Fine. Because medical students normally consider physics as a very complicated subject. Reason? Mathematics is involved. Where is mathematics involved? Nowhere. Fine. Now, let us move on to the problem number 4. Now, this time no technical problem. So, now question 3, question 4, oh, so nice, so nice. Sometimes it happens with all these devices, your projector, laptop and all these things. Now, this question is a thin symmetrical double convex lens, diagram is in front of you, of power P. Power P means, what is the meaning of power P? This focal length f, because what is the relation? The relation is P is equal to 1 by f. Fine. Is cut into 3 parts. So, now you have 3 lenses, 1, 2, 3 as shown in figure. Now, power of A, power of B, power of C. This question is again in your question paper just to check your conceptual clarity, that if you cut a lens along the principal axis, no change in focal length. If you cut the lens in this fashion, focal length will change. Focal length will change, then power will change. But because in this combination you are cutting the lens along the principal axis, so no change in focal length, therefore power is going to remain same. So, let me allow to write down this entire statement. As per the problem, lens cutting along principal axis, lens cutting along principal axis. So, f, that is focal length, remains same. Fine, same. So, no change in power. But if this is optic axis, if you cut the lens in along optic axis, then what will happen? F will change and power will change. Fine. So this much beautiful explanation I hope will give you lot of understanding of this simple concept. Now, in medical entrance exam, if you analyze the paper seriously, you will find out of 45, around 12 to 15 questions are like that. If you have the conceptual clarity, you can solve those questions in just 15 to 20 seconds. 15 to 20 seconds. Imagine the situation. You can save lot of time in physics. You have this 180 questions and 180 minutes. You can attempt the physics paper in just 40 minutes. And then you can move. Who said to attempt all 45 correct? Attempt 30 to 32 correct. You are going to get a seat in a good medical college. Ensure that initially of 25, 25, 25, 25, at least this much you performed, because this exam is with negative marking. So please don't commit this mistake of losing marks from your side. Fine. Now this question which I am going to pick up next time, this next question, it involves some amount of mathematics, and deliberately I picked this question just to show you that if some amount of basic integration or differentiation is involved, don't feel bad, don't lose heart. Just think and try to understand. Oh, this time again no problem in changing the question. Fine, let's move away. A thin linear object of size 1 mm, linear object like this, is kept along the principal axis of a convex lens. Convex, not cave that I am wearing. Convex means, okay, a thin linear object of size 1 mm is kept along the principal axis of convex lens of focal length 10 centimeter. Object is at 15 centimeter from the lens. U given, F given. Is it possible for us to calculate V? Very simple. The length of the image is how much? You have to find the length of the image, not position of the image. But first we will try to find the position of the image, then I will show you the method how we can find the length of image. Fine. So let's try to find the distance or the position of the image. So we have one very beautiful formula. I think I should mention this formula over here. 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. Well known result. Fine. So once we put the values, all the values are given. So after putting the values, V is equal to, after putting the values, V is equal to 30 centimeter. This is the position of the image. It is not asked in the question. They asked length of the object. Fine. So let's use this application. How we can find the length of the image. Here I am going to show you something different. From this result itself, after arranging the terms, or I think I should mention the result once again. 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. Then some amount of differentiation, 1 up dV upon du. Fine. 1 upon V square plus 1 upon V square is equal to 0. dV by du, 1 upon dV by du V square upon E square. It is going to be U square. Yes, U square. So from here I can write down dV by du is equal to minus plus, so v square upon u square. Yes, dv by du minus transferred over there minus v square. Yes, correct. dv by du minus sign is going to be cancelled, is equal to v square upon u square. From here, this dv is what? This dv is length of the image and du is the length of the object, not the position of the object. So these new two terms, I hope you learned them. Fine. So from here, what I can say, dv is equal to v value 30, u value given over here is at 15. So put the values, it will give you 30 upon 15 whole square into 1, because 1 mm is the length of this object. So this dv is equal to 4 into 1, that will give you, why 4? Because 15 that is 15 2s are 30 and 30 that is 2 into 2, that is 4. So ultimately dv is equal to 4 into 1, that is 4 mm, means 4 times the size of the actual object. Fine. So this question was anyway not a difficult, but this term and what I did over here, let me explain you everyone. Actually, we arrange these terms, change the value of f using this relation and then differentiate it. Fine. And we assume this f as a constant. Why? Because focal length is going to fix. Only u and v you can change. Focal length is what? It is associated with the radius of curvature of the lens. Once you created the lens, then it is going to be fixed. Fine. So the differentiation is going to be 0. So now let's move for the next 6th question.